Hi, today I'll share with you a very powerful equation. It's going to have a very profound impact on your thinking if you really reflect upon it. But relax, it is not a mathematical equation about the subject of science, though it's very mathematical in nature, but it's an equation about human potential. I know that you, like me, are very much interested in utilizing the maximum of your potential. And not only utilizing, but expanding your maximum potential. Aren't you? Now, here is the equation that I wanted to share with you. This has been adopted from the work of Brian Tracy, and this is one way to look at things. Here it is. HP equals E plus IA plus 2A times A squared. Let me repeat. HP equals E plus IA plus 2AA times A squared. Now, let me deconstruct this equation for you, ladies and gentlemen. HP stands for human potential. It's your potential, it's my potential, it's everybody's potential. So a human potential is a function of number one, E, which stands for effort. The hard work, the hard labor, the sweat and sacrifice that goes into learning or doing anything, that is E. No amount of human potential can be released without hard work. I mean, there is no magic wand. Those long hours that you and I spend trying to learn something, trying to do something, those nights spent learning, that is the hard work and labor required to realize or to release our potential. Now, IA stands for innate abilities. These are abilities or things that we find ourselves naturally inclined towards. So for example, some of us are intelligent at certain things compared to others. For some of us, physical activity comes naturally. We find it easy to perform at sports. For some of us, logic and reasoning comes easily. We find it relatively easy to do mathematics. For some of us, drawing comes easily. For some of us, programming comes naturally. Anything and everything that you find it comes naturally to you is your innate ability. To realize your potential, you and I have to identify what are our innate abilities and capitalize on it. The third aspect or the third element of the equation is AA. Now AA stands for acquired skills and abilities. The skills, the abilities that we learn and master over time. So for example, if you get education, that is AA. If you have mastered the skill or learned the skill of, let's say, drawing or painting or programming, that is learned skill. Now, here is the important thing. Your acquired skills play a much greater role in realizing the potential than our innate abilities. People who work hard, people who spend time mastering or learning a skill, they will always outperform someone who has a natural tendency. Okay, so human performance is a function of E plus IA plus AA. This whole times A squared. Now this A is the most significant part of this equation if you observe it, because it can take all of that you have done and multiply its effect by twice at least, or it can reduce the effect of everything that you have done. So this A is the magical word. And what is that magical word? That is attitude. Ladies and gentlemen, your attitude plays a far greater role in realizing our potential or our abilities than most of the people tend to think. I'm sure you know many people who have great skill, have acquired great knowledge, are really hard workers, but they have a poor attitude. As a result, they are just struggling through life. So attitude is extremely important. So a person with the right attitude will always be the winner. And we are going to talk more about attitude in my subsequent videos. But this is the human potential equation that I wanted to share with you. And I firmly believe that it will have a significant impact on you if you reflect upon it. I just want to leave you with this final thought, that if you look at this equation, it has 4 elements to it. Okay. Now, 3 out of these 4 elements, the effort, the skills that you acquire, and the attitude you bring to the table, they are directly under your control, under your influence. Which means that 90% or more than 90% of the amount of potential that you will realize is directly under your control. Nobody else can do anything about it. So reflect upon this and think about this. How much potential are you going to realize? Stay blessed.